Hello everybody, my name is Christine and thank you for joining me today. I'm here in Michigan. This is where I live in Michigan, and today is a wonderful day. It is not spring yet, but it is a nice day, and I figured I would just talk to you about compost. Compost in the garden is a wonderful thing. Compost adds nutrients to your soil, balances the pH, and helps retain nutrients. Compost is slightly different from fertilizer. Fertilizer provides nutrients directly to the plants. Compost adds nutrients to your surrounding soil. If you're planting seeds or seedlings, you're going to need some type of compost in your garden if you want big, beautiful, healthy fruits and vegetables, and you want them to get to their maximum potential. Just planting seeds and seedlings into the soil, yeah, you'll get growth, but it'll be nothing like if you actually took care of the surrounding soil. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a simple compost bin that really works. What you'll need is a trash can with a decent fitting lid. This lid right here does this. It locks. See that? Tight fit. You can find trash cans like this practically anywhere. Okay? So, it doesn't matter the size of the trash can. It can be small or it can be big. I have a big one. In fact, I have quite a few of them because I have a really big garden. So, it's still winter time, and I've been composting all winter. So, you know, when summer hits, my compost will be halfway broken down anyway. So yes, you can still compost in the winter time. You just want it to be in a warm spot. Okay? So here's the deal. First thing you're going to do is add holes to the bottom. These holes will help drain your compost. Now, compost needs moisture, air, and heat in order to break down. These holes at the bottom will help drain off some of that moisture. When materials such as fruits and vegetables break down, they tend to get watery, so some of that is going to need to drain off. Otherwise, you're just going to have a mushy mess, okay? The holes at the bottom do not need to be so big that once the compost breaks down, it falls out the holes. But it doesn't need to be so small, because if they're too small, you're not going to get the drainage that you need. So you just want to have them a decent size, like this, okay? Next, you're going to need holes coming up the sides. You don't need a bunch of holes, okay? You just need enough of them for airflow to go through. So you want to put them all around your compost bin, okay? You want to stop about 3/4 of the way up. You don't need to go all the way up, okay? Just to wherever your line of your trash can is, okay? That will be your airflow. The bottom will be your drainage, okay? Then, guess what? Your compost bin is ready, all right? So next thing you want to do is you want to put them up on some type of wood or blocks. Say something like this. Doesn't need to be this high, but still. Something where the liquid will drain out of it and you're going to get airflow to the bottom of your compost bin. It also keeps some of the bugs from getting in here. Bugs are good for your compost bin, don't get me wrong, but you don't want too many of them in there, okay? Once you have your holes at the bottom, your holes on the side, and your compost bin elevated a little bit, you're ready to compost. First thing you want to add, dry leaves, twigs, grass clipping. That is the base for your compost. Once you have that in your compost bin, then you can start adding your fruits and vegetable scraps. Then, last thing, set it in a sunny place and let it do its thing. You want to turn it over once every 2 weeks with a spade, shovel, a pitchfork, You know, you can even dump it out, mix it around, and refill it, okay? I've been composting all winter. My compost is halfway broken down, so when the weather gets warm and I set it out there in a sunny place, it's going to compost even faster. So yes, you can still compost over the winter as long as it's in a place that's not freezing cold. It's just going to break down slower, but still, you're going to get compost. Again, very simple to do. Keep your lid on. It's going to keep out any little critters like raccoons and stuff like that. I'm out here in the country, so we get practically everything out here, and a lid that is not easy to open is the best thing in the world. Also, another thing that you can add to your compost, you can add fertilizer. I have chickens, so I can add chicken manure to mine. So it's actually going to provide nutrients for my soil as well as my plants. I also have cow manure, so you know that can go in there as well. When you're composting things like watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, fruits with thick rind, you want to make sure you cut them up in pieces, the rind, because they'll break down quicker if you cut them up. Okay, so don't just throw the whole rind in there. You want to kind of cut it up, all right? Eggshells. If you're going to add eggshells, make sure that you allow the yolk inside the shell to dry out. Then you want to crush your eggshells and add it to your compost. That helps it break down a little faster, and you don't want raw yolk in your compost bin. It doesn't bother it, but it's just better if you let it dry out first. You don't want to add too much coffee grinds. Use tea bags and coffee grounds you can add to your compost bin, but don't overdo it. Coffee grinds adds acidity to your compost. So if you have too much coffee grinds, your compost is going to be acidic. A lot of vegetables don't like acidic soil, okay? So remember that. Try this yourself, make it yourself. I'm telling you, it works, all right? This has been Christine of Christine's Awesome Things. Like and subscribe.